ka onye chiri nya zere na ọ ga-adịla unu mma na Eke, Orie, Afọ, Nkwọ, ise.
This is me, Dibia Chendo. I hope you are all faring well. Today I'm going to talk about all the Ezumezu Agwu. This is for the initiate, all right? If you are just starting off with your ordinary journey, you should know what it entails when you talk about Iru Agwu. Then some put their Agwu in Okuku, while some who have land of their own, they use Ogilishi stick, for installation of Agwu. Now, sometimes these people who do not have land of their own, especially women who are not yet married, they are single, they are still living in their father's house, or they are not yet married, theirs is meant to be put in an Okuku. So Okuku Agwu, the ezigbote mkpa. And when you have this Okuku Agwu, if you feel you need all the Ezumezu Agwu non-ukpa, you have to get these items that I will mention. It depends on the Dibia who is putting you through. That is your mentor. It is not a must, please. After listening to my video, some of you will start spreading negativity all around. Please, if you are interested, it's not a must, because some see the assembling of all the Ezumezu and Ogbagu as someone bringing all sorts of things, bringing all sorts of items that makes everywhere to look as if it is cumbersome. When you bring things, items, and some want their altar to be very simple. So it depends on you. Even if you want your altar to be simple, if you want all this Ezumezu Agwu non-ukpa, it will not be cumbersome. Once it's assembled in that basket, ukpa is a basket, local basket. It has spiritual significance. You can get them all. We have the ukpa Agwu, which is the basket. All right? If you want to assemble all your Ezumezu Agwu, assuming that you have not installed your Agwu in the ground using Ogilisi, it is during that installation that all these Ezumezu Agwu, their names will be mentioned, and during the installation, everything will be installed. But hence, you have an Okuku Agwu and you still need this. You have to place this always in front of your Okuku Agwu when it is assembled, but with the help of a Dibia. It is that Dibia that knows the content of this Ukpa Agwu. The Dibia will help. And once you get all of them, it has to be activated. Maybe it depends on how you want to activate it. Some, they will just keep it there as artwork. You understand? But it depends too. What am I saying in essence? All the Ezumezu Agwu, they are very important. You have the Ukpa Agwu, which is number one, because you have to get that basket before you start bringing everything. Using Oposi or Okpensi as dialect differ in Igbo language. Okpensi, that statue representation, that is what is called Okpensi. The one that is most popular is the one for Chi and Ikenga. But for the initiate, when I say initiate, the person that has done Iru Agwu installation as a Dibia, you know that it is not only Dibias that install Agwu. You have the musicians, the footballers, the businessmen, the technocrats, science inclined, Nkanozu, and the rest of it. They all have Agwu. So they need to install their own too, but not as the type of the Dibia, those who have spiritual mandate and divine mandate, to save lives, to liberate, to restore, and to fight for the oppressed. So let me start. I mentioned Ukpa Agwu, which is number one, because when you get the Ukpa, it depends on size. The size is vary. You now get Ezumezu Agwu, Ukwu Agwu, ikenga agwụ, nkịta agwụ, nne nwanyị agwụ, ogwugwu agwụ, ukwu na ije agwụ, uchichi agwụ, olu agwụ, afia na anọ, izu na anọ. If you see the statue representation, you will know it's four corner facing the different direction, the four corners of the earth. Ụfọ na ụmụ ọkụ agwụ, akọ na uche agwụ, ubu ibu agwụ, ude na agwụ, polisi agwụ, okuku agwụ, ọfọ agwụ, ndị ichie agwụ. I have mentioned these people. There is also Ekwensu agwụ. You understand? I think I mentioned about 20 of them, the ones I can remember. All these, they have their function. They have their spiritual function. When you're talking about Ezumezu Agwu, it's the totality of all your powers, your spiritual guides in one. It has a statue representation. When you talk about Ikenga Agwu, it is your Ikenga. You know, Ikenga representation of your Agwu. When you talk about Nketa Agwu, you normally dream and you see dogs, because Agwu is a representation. Dog is a representation of Agwu. Some big or small, some come in multitude. It is then you now know that you have Agwu. The mediator, the matriarch. They are all matriarchs for water and land. You know, it ensures that you're going out and you're coming in is blessed. And whatever you do concerning spiritual work works out fine. Uchichi Agwu, they operate in the dark. You know, they are like gatekeepers. They allow you to see hidden things too. They have their function. When you talk about Afianano Izunano, is the four cardinal points. Eke Uri Afo Nkwo. It shows that you are balanced with the universe. You can work with earth, water, wind, and fire. You are complete in the spirit realm. Because if you are called to serve, you are going to use nature. It's nature that you use. Ordinary spirituality is all about veneration of nature. Then Akonuchi Agwu, it will be tied for you. You bring 4 Ogilishi sticks and you activate it using a young chick. You also put the feather. You can do it by yourself as an initiate, or your Dibia will help you do that. It's for you to decipher, to decode the messages that Alpha brings, that during divination, and for you to act sensibly and normally as a choosing person. You know that sometimes they say Agwu that Agwu is making you to be bipolar. You have bipolar disorder or schizophrenia, or if Agwu has not been installed, you have this tendency of going from one man to the other. The rest of you living a kind of horrendous lifestyle. Spiritual stealing will be rampant. You know. But when your Agwu has been installed and you still as if you're having partial contacts in your brain, you need Akonuchi Agwu to be installed for you too, so that you can be normal. Because when you are interacting with the spirit, sometimes people around you will notice there is a slight abnormality. There are some people who don't have Akonuchi Agwu. The abnormality will be on the high side. So you need it to be able to decode spiritual messages, alpha messages. If you are casting any divination, you should be able to, decode it, decipher, and also comprehend. Then you interpret it for the person who you are doing the consultation for. Obi Agwu carries things, a bringer of things, and also takes out the bad ones. Whatever they work, they have the positive side and also negative. The negative side starts happening when you don't acknowledge them. You understand? But if you're always in good terms with them, they will work positively for you. Police Agwu goes out to arrest your oppressors. Even you, when you disregard and say, hey, I don't want to answer my call. Sometimes you dream. You see this police chasing you all about in the dream. They will mount checkpoint for you. And at that point in your physical life, you start noticing that things are going wrong. Everything you lay your hands on does not work out. You see it, but once you align with your Agwu and the rest, everything is Agwu is there, is installed. You see that the police, anybody that looks for your trouble, you don't need to fight for yourself. They will go out and fight for you. They will fight for you and give you victory. They will arrest that person. That is when you see people coming to beg you, please, oh, I noticed that after I insulted you, this and that started happening to me. Please, oh, forgive me. It is your police, they are your fighters, your warriors that have gone ahead to deal with them. Then you talk about Ofo Agwu. The Ofo that will be given to you a symbol of your acceptance, of your spiritual calling, either from your maternal side or your paternal side. It will be consecrated and activated. You use it to seal your spiritual work. Anything you do, when you strike it, you say, as you decree, so shall it be. You also use it to ward off evil attacks. All right? It is the physical representation of the spiritual gift that you have within you. Because first, as you are called, you have the spiritual authority and symbol. You have your spiritual offer. The offer given to you by your paternal and maternal side is the physical representation of what have already been given your spiritual realm. Some do not operate using offer. Some use sword. It depends. Some use sword. So it depends. But in ordinary Igbo, that offer is necessary. It is that symbol of authority, of staff of authority, as a controller of the physical and spiritual elements in whatever spiritual work that you do, and in any spiritual battle that you embark on fight. And something that shows that you are a dibia. Then you talk about Ndi Ichie Agwu. Ndi Ichie Agwu, they are your ancestors, your good ancestors. That is their representation in that Uba. Okuku Agwu is the one given to you when you don't have any land to install your Agwu directly. That Okuku. That is it. It is now used for installing your Agwu. It's like a mobile Agwu. You can carry it. I don't say you carry it and start walking up and down. No, it means that you can relocate it from one point to the other, especially if you are changing the location or room that you use as your altar. That is what will enable you to keep your Agwu inside the house. But majorly, if you have been established and you have your own personal land, or you have a portion of land allocated to you, maybe by your parents, your father or mother, to you, you have every full authority to install your Agwu inside the ground, in the earth, using Ogilishi. Ogilishi, remember, is a spiritual tree, a spiritual plant, a medium between the physical and spiritual. Udena Agwu is normally for divination, the bird that takes flight, that goes into the dark, anywhere, the mortal and immortal. That is the connection. They now bring messages. The spirit that takes flight takes you into the different realms when you are doing your Alpha divination. It depends whether you are using Amuma or whether you are using Ogele. Yeah, some of the Tibians, they hang it above where they do their spiritual consultation. Above all, just know that if you don't have all the Ezumezu Agwu installed, you will be incomplete as a divine choosing one, as a vessel of power, a carrier of power. You will be incomplete. Things that you do will be lopsided. All right? You need to know all this if you are coming back to ordinary. Especially some of the pastors and prophetess and prophets, evangelists that have discovered themselves. For you to be in tandem, for you to be in unity, for you to be in complete and total alignment with all your spiritual guides, with your Agwu, you need all of these installed. Am I making sense? And they will all be inside your Ukpa Agwu. Ukpa Agwu is a basket. Ukpa. It can be big in size or small size. Now, this Ezumezu Agwu, all of them, they are carved in sizes. They have the miniature ones. You know, when you go to Japan or India, you see their Buddha. They have a small size Buddha that they carry along with them. Either they put it in their bag, whenever they want to pray, they bring it out and pray, just like that. Then they have the king size Buddha that is installed maybe in a central place of worship. That is exactly how this Opensi is. That is how this wooden statue representation of all these Agwu is. So you buy the size that you want. They will all be in the same size. If you want the bigger ones, it depends on you. It's your money that will determine. Because according to the size, that is how the amount is charged. If it's the big size, that means it's going to be expensive. If they are the smaller sizes that you can put in a small oba basket, that one, the price will be lower. Maybe say from 20k or 30k, you can afford all these things that I mentioned in that small oba. It is good for total and complete alignment of your Agwu. Ka mmụọ gị niile chịkọọ ọnụ ka ị na-eme ka mmadụ. Ife niile zuo oke na-arụ gị as onye akpọrọ ọlụ. That is the essence of having all the Ezumezu Agwu. But sometimes, some dibias will just give you only one. The totality, that one symbolizes the totality of all the spirit that comes with you. But it's just like cherewere something. You need to acknowledge all of them. Don't say that it's ngungu that you are carrying about knickknacks up and down. No. If you can afford it, go for it. And do what? Activate them to work. Consecrate them. You can use a young chick or brokoko. Say whatever you want on the oba. Activate it. That is how it's going to be working for you. Alright? Some, you might just use Usoji to cleanse them off. Call the spirit, acknowledge all of them, welcome them to your home. You might not pour blood on them. You just keep it there. That's okay. So anyhow you want it, I'm not going to tell you how to decorate your altar or how to arrange your spirit. I'm just here to sensitize you, for you to know that such things exist. That they have the role they play too in the life of a dibia. I hope my message is well received. If there are any questions, please kindly drop your questions. We come again, same time, same YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. Call your friends, your relatives that are lovers of ordinary Igbo spirituality. Let them learn. And please don't forget to share my videos. Thank you. Mwah.